every time KRIT's in New York, I always miss him. Every time. So I had to make sure that this time, live from the Underground tour, I had to make sure that I got this interview.
No doubt, no doubt.
Sitting here with my boy, Big K.R.I.T, aka KRIT.
KRIT,
KRIT.
We'll take KRIT though. It's okay.
All right, KRIT.
That ain't my KRIT. That's so old. We just say Young Krizzle. Big K.R.I.T, aka Young Krizzle.
Anybody still call you KRIT?
Yeah, man.
Back home?
Yeah, I got some partners that still do. It's funny too when they call me that, cause they know it's like I can't not accept it. You know what I'm saying? But it's still love, man. It was the beginning of the KRIT phrase, so you know it works.
Yo, I hear every time. Yo, if you haven't been to a KRIT show, you gotta go.
No doubt.
And we in New York right now, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, one of your first shows, you got booed in New York. Mm-hmm. So, coming back to New York, every time you hit the stage, I'm sure you've hit the stage previously, before this performance.
Oh yeah, forever and a day.
Do you get a little shaky before you get on stage, or is like, I already know New York, so I'm gonna come out and do what I gotta do?
I mean, for me, I'm a man, I still get nervous before every show. And I think it's more like an anxious feeling. You know, really want the show to go well, I get quiet in the back. Like I'm really focused on what's gonna happen next. And as soon as I'm on stage, I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? So that's normally how it works. But you know, I always want to prove myself, and I want to get my best in front of. It don't matter if it's 5 people in the crowd or 5,000. And you know, that comes with a lot of pressure sometimes. And so, you know, for me, I'm always gonna get my own stage though.
That's what's up. You talk about the crowd, and from when you first started, the audience has definitely grown so much from when you started.
No doubt.
What do you think is the main reason, aside from the lyrics, that people, you know, they come back, they want to see KRIT every time?
Because they know that I'm coming from a genuine place. Like I'm making music that they can relate to. I'm human, and they can see that in my interview. They hear it in my music. They see it just in my everyday life when we film and we on the bus and my family. Like for me, it's about keeping it 100. You know, I think hip hop built up a superhero image around, you know, artists and rappers. And it's not completely true. Like when you approach me on the street, I'm gonna be myself, and you respect that because you're like, you know what, he's just like he is in the music. I think people really dig that, and that's why they support so much.
There's I was watching like a whole bunch of your interviews a few days ago, and I realized from when you started, from like one of your first interviews till now, there's still a humbleness about you. You don't get superstar. You know, you're signed now. You got fans. You got people chasing you. It's a different life. And you still keep that humbleness. Explain that to me, because I find that a lot of artists, once they get it, they kind of lose it. What keeps your sanity? What keeps you, you know, still that humble spirit?
I would say having family around me, having my partners that saw me from the beginning to now, as far as growing in this music game, and then a lot of prayer, man. Like, you know, it's easy to lose yourself amongst all the lights, you know, and the fame. But for me, it's like, it was never about the fame. It was always about the art form, always about the music, man. And that was always enough for me. You know, I felt like I became successful when I dropped KRIT. Which if nothing else would have happened from that point, I still was able to drop a project that shifted music a little bit, that shined a positive light on my city and my state. And so that was success in my mind.
Putting Mississippi on the map. Man. I still have trouble spelling Mississippi.
My crooked letter, I, hump back, bro.
That's it right there. Now, what's next? We got a mixtape coming out. We got an album coming out. What's
me and Yelawolf are going to be working on a project with a song called Country Cousins. Also, I'm working on a record where it's not even really rapping. It's gonna, for me, I'm thinking of it like theme music to life. Just something you could play. Some of the records may be 7 minutes long, 8 minutes long, and it may be live instrumentation and just something groovy that you can ride around to. And also, I'm gonna make it in a way where other producers can sample this, and you know, start making music that producers want to sample. Like that's something I want to endorse.
Something different,
no doubt.